Are you suffering from weak pelvic floor, diastasis recti, umbilical hernia, and you don't know how to connect with proper breathwork? Hi, my name is Annie. Welcome back to my channel, Annie Pilates Physical Therapist. In this video, we're going to do some simple deep breathing, core engagement, and how to connect with your pelvic floor. If you have prolapse, diastasis recti, C-section, postpartum, this is perfect for you. So get your mat ready and join me. Okay, my friends, let's start discussing about the 3 types of diaphragms in our body. I know it sounds crazy, but our diaphragm is a dome shape here below our lungs. But there's actually, for women, we have 3 diaphragms because we have 3 holes. Our pharynx, our diaphragms, and our pelvic floor. Men don't have a hole there, so they just have 2. But every pelvic floor is a hammock like underneath our, like a basin underneath that holds our organs, our uterus, our bladder, and everything inside our cavity, abdominal cavity, and reproductive system. But for men, because there's no hole, you are stronger. For women, we endure more because of pregnancy. And if we have complications as C-sections, we get really weak on that area. And that's why I love to do proper breath work, because when you breathe, you're giving space on that tight and weak pelvic floor. So most patients doesn't only have a weakness, they also have tightness as a compensation of those structures to hold that area. And you ended up with pain on your pelvis or SI joint. And that's why it's good to keep in check with proper breathing to give that flow and in from your pharynx, diaphragm, and all to the pelvic floor. And in this video, we'll start basics. It's one of the fundamentals that you don't want to neglect, because when you exercise and you're just huffing and puffing, sometimes that's why when people lift weights, especially women, they started lifting heavy weights and they don't have proper breath work. They're putting too much pressure down. And even men, they ended up with hernias on their umbilical or diastasis recti by lifting heavy because they're not controlling their breathing. And that's why breath work is so beautiful. It's amazing how it affects so much part of our body, the powerhouse of our body. So let's begin the program. We're going to lie down slow and steady. One hand at the small of back to keep that neutral spine. If you're overarching, your anterior pelvic tilt. If you're flattening, you can't even place the small of your hand. You want to keep that gentle space. So mindfulness on that neutral position. With your knees bent, place your hand on your abdomen, and we're going to start with breathing. Inhale. As you lift and press that belly to a dome shape, you're going to give space on your pelvic floor. Inhale through your nose. As you exhale, squeeze your core in. And then you want to make sure you're pulling through your pelvis, not on your upper abdominal area. And then you combine that Kegels, which is a good engagement on your pelvic floor, imagining you don't want to pee. So you're lifting that small green size pea or a blueberry going up, imagining mindfulness going up to your bladder, to your kidneys. Again, inhale, belly rise. And then exhale, squeeze. Tightening, drawing your pelvis into the center. You can place your hand on your side of your pelvis. Feel the gentle contraction without squeezing your buttocks. You want to just focus here and then the lift. The pelvic floor lift and then relax. Again, inhale, belly rise. Exhale, squeeze and lift. You're going to feel pressure on your SI joint because we're pulling those structures around the basin. Inhale. And if you're very deconditioned in that area, you're going to feel a little bit difficult to connect. And the more you practice, but not too much in a day, slowly build up every day. And you're going to feel that small contraction. Exhale. 2 more. Belly breath. Exhale, breathe out. Last one. And breathe out. After you warm up, you can do a bridging. Lift your hips up off the mat. Belly rise. And then squeeze your core in. Breathe out. Bone to bone down to the mat as you breathe out. Roll down. Inhale, lift. Belly rise. Exhale down. You're going to feel that bone stacking down. Bone to bone, so you're going to roll down. 2 more. Lift, not too much. Belly rise. So you're going to see this dome shape on my abdomen as I make my pelvic floor breathe and relax. Not too much that hammock down going down. I'm lifting it up with the bridge and then my breath work lifted up. See that pressure? And then in from this lower area, not the upper abdominal, but the lower, to let that connect. And then before I go down, I roll down bone to bone down to the mat. Last one, bridge. As you breathe in, it feels so good. You're gonna feel that contraction here. Focusing this area. And then exhale, drawing it in from this area and breathe out. Roll down bone to bone down to the mat. Well done. That feels so good. Now we're going to do the hip opening. We're going to slowly lower one hip down to stretch, because once you contract, it's important with tight pelvic floor, with stress incontinence. It's not about weakness, it's also tightness. That's why it's become stress and overactive bladder. Keep your pelvis center. Try not to twist. If you're twisting, then it means you have to have it higher. So low down as much as you can and inhale, belly rise. Exhale, center. Squeeze. Keep that neutral spine position and then back center, and then you switch to the other side. Lower your right. Breathe in and then breathe out. And then center your knee. Out again. Inhale, belly rise. Feels so good. Exhale. So it's like a hammock. I'm pulling one side and I'm stretching the other. Slowly stretching the tight pelvic floor muscles. Inhale. Belly rise. Exhale in. Feels so good on your hips. Belly rise and in. Last one. Slow and steady. Feels so good on your back. Last one on the other side. And center. The next progression, we're gonna push your knees tight together. After stretching, it's nice to contract them. Squeeze as hard as you can. Inhale. Belly rise, don't forget. Exhale. And then relax. Squeeze your knees together, belly rise. And then imagining, don't forget the Kegels. And squeeze. Try not to overarch. If you're having pain, you're overarching. Inhale. Squeeze. Belly rise. Exhale in. Last one. Belly rise. And in. Now we're going to butterfly stretch. Open your knees out to the side as you belly rise. As much as you can. Try not to overarch. And then belly in. Belly rise. Keep that space to breathe. And exhale in. As you push your knees together, tighten them. Feet together as you open your knees apart. Belly rise. And then in. The lower and then lift the pelvic floor. Lift, lift, lift. Inhale. Open. Exhale in. Last one, my friends. Inhale. Belly rise. Exhale in. Now we're going to cool down with some gentle stretching on your back, as you might feel stiff from compensating. Lower both knees one side. Reach out on your left. Feel that love stretch over here. Belly rise. Don't forget your breath work and still the Kegels. You might feel some cramping now on your abdominal muscles, and that's normal. Inhale, belly rise. Exhale in. So you're activating those weak and tight muscles you never stretched before. Inhale, belly rise, and switch. Feels so good. Reach on your left arm as you stretch. And last one on the other side. Belly rise, and squeeze it. And that's it. I'm hoping you enjoyed my simple breath work for those with weak pelvic floor, diastasis recti, or umbilical hernia. When you do your twist, just guard your hernia. Just make sure it's a gentle stretch, not too much to the point of overexerting. If you love this video, want to learn more about Pilates, yoga, physical therapy, health and wellness, please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you won't miss anything. Like and share this video. Every like you're giving to my channel, you are supporting me. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or concerns, leave a comment down below or try my best to answer each one of you. If you want to join my Revive Pelvic Floor Health, click the link on the description below. Be part of my early bird waitlist for first come serve basis for those who had postpartum, C-section, diastasis recti, umbilical hernia, or anyone in between who needed that extra guidance support even though you have the pregnancy many years ago or just recently, as long as you have a clearance from your doctor. If you have any questions, suggestions, concerns, leave a comment down below. I try my best to answer each one of you. If you want to learn more about other wall Pilates videos, I have one video here. And if you want to learn about printing technique, this is a good one. Always remember, be safe, be well, and healthy. You see you inside the class. Bye!